If you want more out of life, you need to understand that there's something that's holding you back. And if you don't let this thing go, then you are never going to move forward and achieve everything that you want to achieve and create the life that you want to create for yourself. And the thing that is really holding you back, that holds most people back, is their comfort zone. And it's really, really difficult to let go of everything that makes you comfortable in life. But real, true growth that is sustainable and scalable personal growth happens and occurs outside of your comfort zone. So if you truly want to live a better life, if you want to create more for yourself, if you want to find happiness, whatever it is for you that you're looking for, you need to understand that that is outside of your comfort zone. And you're going to run into a few things along the way. And I sure as hell ran into a few things in my life. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you what I ran into and the way I had to change my mindset in order to let go of my comfort zone and move on. All right, so who am I? Well, hi, my name is Mark Richardson. I'm the founder of the Lineage of Man and the Self-Lineage Blueprint, and I help entrepreneurs start and grow profitable online businesses by focusing my time and attention and effort on the entrepreneur. And I know that you've probably heard this before, but in order to create a business, in order to create anything in life, you need to have a solid foundation before you start building stuff on top of it. And I help people build that foundation, which is them, the individual, the person. And once they put this time into themselves and really create a stable foundation for what they are going to build on top of it, it's going to make things a lot easier. And they are going to be able to weather the storm much easier with that solid foundation. And the Lineage of Man is not really about, what you've done and how you got to where you are today. It's about what you're doing right now, right here today, and where that's taking you going forward. And when I first started my journey to become more and to grow and start businesses and just do more with my life, there was something that was holding me back. And it was that I was too comfortable with my current situation. I was too comfortable in my current life. And in order for me to really grow and to achieve more, I needed to let go of that. I needed to let go of everything that brought me comfort. And it was very difficult to do because it brought me comfort. I was so comfortable. I wasn't happy, but I was like miserable, but I was comfortable just because I knew it and I understood it. And every time I try to breach outside of that comfort zone and wanted to get more and achieve more in life, I was met with unknown. And that unknown, I was so worried that I was not going to be able to overcome that unknown. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know who to follow. I was just like doing it all on my own. And it was extremely frustrating. But I was able to let go of my comfort zone, which made it a lot easier. So the first thing that you need to do, if you're trying to create more and you want more and you wanna go out there and just crush life, the first thing that you need to do is get uncomfortable. So how exactly do you get uncomfortable? Well, I'll tell you that you need to raise your standards. And the way that I was able to raise my standards was to think about a life in the future where I was living that life and I was successful and I was living the life of my dreams and I was just happy and I achieved everything that I wanted to achieve and I had everything that I wanted to have in life. And then I thought about where I was, and now I understand that this other place exists and I want it, and I understand where I am. And understanding where I'm at right now and understanding where I want to be was absolutely huge for me because it raised my standard. And it's like having $100,000 in the bank account one day and then waking up and only having $5,000 in the bank account. Like, I'm still happy that the person didn't completely clean me out. I still have $5,000, but it's not $100,000. And now I'm just continuously moving forward until I reach that $100,000, which is the goal that I'd set for myself mentally. Now, that's a huge metaphor there, so don't get hung up on the $100,000. But I'm just saying that you need to raise your mental standard. And once you raise your mental standard, you're going to get uncomfortable with your current situation. And you're going to start realizing what things are in your life. And when I mean realizing what things are, I mean realizing that there are distractions in your life that are preventing you from moving forward and continuously growing. And for me, distractions were things like TV. And I used to get off work and I used to come home and I used to decompress by, drinking a beer and watching TV. And now I understand that drinking a beer and watching TV are distractions, things that are there that are comfortable for me to do. And they feel like the right thing to do sometimes because I need to decompress But the truth is there are things that are taking me further away from my goal. So it's just understanding, what things are that are moving you closer to your goal and things that are moving you further away from your goal, and your standards, understanding what your standard is right now and what your standard is in the future, and really bringing that closer together by bringing your current standards up instead of bringing your future standards down. Now, one of the things that you're going to run into along the way is actually the second point I want to talk about today, which is dealing with failure along the way. And when you come outside of your comfort zone, you are going to run into a lot of failure out there. There is a whole lot of failure to be had outside of your comfort zone, which is why most people don't ever leave their comfort zone in the first place, because they know and understand something, and then they think on the outside of that, they're going to fail, or somebody's going to take their money, or they're going to get scammed, or there's so many horrible, bad things that are going to happen to them. And then once those things happen, they're going to feel like they've been taken advantage of, and they're going to feel like failures. So people don't leave that comfort zone because they think failure is out there. Well, I'll tell you that failure is out there, and failure is not a bad thing. Failure is a very good thing because it helps us optimize and improve. And every time I fail, now I look at that failure as a learning point. What can I learn from this failure? How can I improve from this failure so that the next time I reach something similar to this, I'm able to overcome it easier? So understanding failure as a learning tool, as a learning point versus a stopping point is absolutely crucial. And when you go out there and you really put everything into getting outside of that comfort zone, creating more, you're going to run into failure. And it's absolutely okay to run into failure. Just keep going. Do not stop. Keep going. And everybody just wants to stop when they get there. But the truth is, keep going. Everybody deals with failure. It's absolutely okay. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Don't hold it so hard on yourself. Like, people are so hard on themselves. Don't hold yourself accountable for that. Just understand that it is a learning point and move on. All right, so the last point I wanted to share with you today is dealing with fears, the fear of the unknown. And one of the main things that really holds people back from achieving more and from reaching their goals is they are afraid. They are afraid of what might happen to them along the way. What if they lose something, or what if they are taken advantage of? What if they fail? Like, they are afraid. There is fear involved with it. And when I started my journey to growing and investing and starting businesses, I had to really overcome that fear of losing, and I had to overcome a lot of different stresses and anxieties within me that was associated with fear. But what I found is that through fear is success. And the further I push myself to get out of my comfort zone and through the things that really worried me and things that I was afraid of, the more success I found and the happier I was. But it was difficult because I had to go through fear to get to it. But the truth is along the way, you're going to run into things that you're afraid of outside of your comfort zone. And when you run into those things that you're afraid of and you start like sweating bullets and you're starting to get anxious and you're starting to like fill up with like anxiety, don't turn around and go back. Everybody who really struggles with getting outside their comfort zone and achieving more hits that point where they reach something they're afraid of and they're not really sure how to deal with it. And they turn around and go back to their comfort zone, go back to watching TV, go back to doing whatever it was that they were doing with their time before they started. But what you're searching for is normally through fear. And you need to go through your fear in order to achieve that. So when you run into things that you're afraid of, don't turn around from them, don't shy away from them. Really go into them and put everything that you have into moving through that fear so you can conquer it and achieve it. And every time that you overcome a fear, every time that you push through one of those fears, you are growing. You are becoming more resilient. You are becoming stronger. You're going to come out the other side like invincible. So you just need to keep pushing through those fears. Now, I'm not going to keep this video going on all day long. This is the 3 points that I wanted to make, is that you need to get uncomfortable, you need to understand failure for what it is, and that you need to get through your fear and push through that fear. And with that, that concludes this video. If you've got any comments for me, please leave them in the comment section below, and please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. All right, until next time, bye for now.